Hello aspirants and welcome back to another video. I hope the first video was useful to you. Today we'll solve the second set of the CPO English paper, 50 questions. So I will see the questions one by one again. Some of the questions are a bit on the easy side, so we'll not spend too much time on those questions, and we'll try to spend more time on the questions that may be a little bit on the higher side, higher difficulty side. So in the first question, we'll go question number Y. So in the first question, we have an idiom question. The question says, based on the situation in the sentence, select the most appropriate idiom for the underlined segment. Jahe idiom, masala again, gula ha idiom iti pale til common saying ti te ho kaya. At sang le cho a literal meaning taka na sang le maile atam zo hai chu literal meaning hilo de aki gen pen ha to na sada banga be in a tight corner, give the cold shoulder ti bang so shoulder dap mi khat koma shoulder dap pe ti bang so a literal meaning taka chu thilom zeom bek lo hilale a meaning kha chom da yong jale ya to bolte ka cho then a situation akipya based on the situation we have to find out what is the correct idiom to be used. So first sentence is after the pandemic his business crumbled, failed, crumbled, and he is in a difficult situation. So we have to find out the correct idiom for this situation, in a difficult situation. So hoi pen he difficult situation gen na be in a tight corner. Be in a tight corner. So if you are in a tight corner, that means you are unable to move. You don't have any alternative. Balding dang kinetalo. So to be in a tight corner means to be in a very difficult or an awkward situation where you cannot move out from. You don't have any alternative, difficult or awkward situation. So the difficult situation he's in a difficult situation after his business crumbled. So in a tight corner pen hayan sar hingal ding yama. Adang te hayan leng give a cold shoulder. She is giving me the cold shoulder. So somebody who is ignoring you. Ignore, not very friendly anymore. A person who is avoiding you, that is giving you the cold shoulder. C, ball from the blue. So this is something which is unexpected. Meeting someone unexpectedly or hearing a news that is a little bit strange or unexpected from you. Then last one, number D, pull the last straw. Pull the last straw. When you're in a difficult situation and then hotelam lama bahak sa lo mai the neu cha cha hak sa deu deu azole atop na pena situation hong improve the mitile improve lawa mga aphalo lama hong chi kit pharle mga atop le ki control zo talwa lungna ti kha zakha pull the last straw ki dejo. So a progressively or a continuously occurring difficult situation no zakha pull the last straw ki dejo ki sum zo talo. So in the question it says in a difficult situation, so our answer will be option A. Then moving on to the second question. Select the option that can be used as one word substitution for the given group of words. Explanation and one word defined hintin. The doctor who deals with the female reproductive system, a fairly common or fairly understood word ita. Ophthalmologist, as we know, this is mid lampang ita. Gynecologist, this is female reproductive system lampang and kolte haya. Cardiologist, cardio, heart lampang. Then orthodontist, this is teeth or jaw. Halampang doctor. So answer will be gynecology. Question 3. Select the incorrectly spelled word. Wrong spelling. Wrong spelling. Responsibilities. Response. RESPONSIBILITIES. Correct. Efficient. Correct. Tsunami. T is silent. Tsunami. Correct. Cheerful. Atang pia word full atop pale. LL, the FUL. For example, fearful. Careful. Be careful. F-U-L. F-U-L-L. So correct word will be cheerful. F-U-L. So answer will be option D. Next, moving on to question 4. Parts of the following sentence have been given as options. Select the option that contains an error. The error, grammatical error contextual error. So the best way to deal with this kind of questions is first to read the sentence from the beginning till the end, and then sometimes we can easily find out the error. We were driving home when suddenly a deer runs across the road. We were driving home when suddenly a deer runs across the road. Across it from one side to another. From one side to another side. So mun khalam chan te lampi lang khalam apat lang khalam kon kaneta. So across the road pen khadik ma jai preposition khadikta tele attends kha en lengon verb new mazen we were driving home, right? Where past continuous tense. This part past continuous. So past continuous tense means something that happened in the past. Running what were we doing is we were driving home. Continuous action so bele past continuous is ki continue talo zhun laya kha ita ki continue talo. So past lampang gyan nai cho chila continue hitalo. This action has stopped. So we were driving home and suddenly a deer runs. When suddenly a deer runs pen here subject ha deer hitale subject plus runs ha v1 run ran run pen a singular form so run seta ale je present tense seta so a deer runs across the road azole je first form present tense imat phale jeta ka he a deer runs v1 je pen he present simple. So present simple is subject plus v1. Ale present simple to bangtika ki mangsaka itale habitual actions. Habitual ay lole regular actions aki mangsaka jo. Ale a deer runs across the road jo sakhi khat lampia atai sakhi tina jo regularly khat ve cho velo atai zel sakhi tina jo. But if you look at the sentence carefully, how many times did the deer run across the road is we were driving home. It's only one time. So only one time, and also this happened in the past. So a deer runs. We cannot use the present simple tense here. So in this case, the correct word is supposed to be past tense. So here we will select this one as the error. Past tense is ran. When a deer ran across the road, no longer happening. So this is past continuous tense. So question number 4 is from the tense topic. So we have to always check the tense of a sentence. Then number 5, idiom again. I will always stand by my friend. Please stand by me. So support me in good times and bad times. So stand next to Japan, it's a very literal meaning. Kaloy pa pangading ding tito kakinga ding zinga so epan pi zinga tinaita physically avadin so khailo jai q avadin to literal meaning kita walk together. I will always stand by my friend. Support lampang, work lampang support. So it will be option D, support in difficult times. Standing by someone. 6. One word. An unpleasant mixture of loud sounds. So what is the word for an unpleasant mixture of loud sounds? Unpleasant. Discordant sound. Loud sounds. Option B, harmony. So harmony is awo kitok. No, this is a very pleasant sound. A pleasant sound which is very pleasing to hear to the harmonious voice, harmony. Di pala jo hoi dewa sound ki mix hoi tinaita. Jahi so we can eliminate this one. Harmony is not the correct word here. So sound. Sound nampang himem jahi option D. How we have the word cacophony. Phone. So what is phone? Phone means sound. Phone it pala sound so like homophone it pala same sound. Sound phone has sound. So cacophony it pala this is discordant. Sound kitoklo, music kitoklo him a discordant sound right so a sound kitok monglo mok ngei jo ha cacophony kiti so another term for cacophony can also be noise. Thom pha thom gi ngai nopum bek lo ho cacophony kiti jai sound lampang an unpleasant mixture of sounds. So cacophony, phony is sound. So in this case, the correct answer will be this option number D. Option A, hegemony. Hegemony is when one group takes control over other groups. Hegemony kiti group hatin group dang hatang control phale mo hegemony. Then moving on, number 7, synonym of immune. Same meaning as immune. Immune it able to fight off infection or fight off enemies, or immune, not affected. So let's say immune can also be described as not affected by something. Not affected by something. A disease yan la mga convincing lampang hitala. I mean, convinced hello. Tala immune. Tala immune lampang hita. So bangin dile synonym of immune. Safe. Safe khaletso ite. So if you are immune, that means you are safe. Then asleep, resistant and variable. Variable is something that keeps on changing. Changeable. Variable. So variable opposite of variable will be constant. Permanent constant. So variable is changing. So either it will be A or C. Safe or resistance. Resistant, adjective form for resistant. So resist is do, fight off. So resist is able to deter. Able to deter or able to fight off. So although both options seems correct, if you are immune, that means you are able to fight off. Meaningful job. So this is closer in meaning, so we'll select option C. Then another synonym question, condemn. He was condemned to die. Condemned. So negative lampang ita. So condemned to die, or he was condemned by his own community. Apalo lama again. Mean till punishment appear ko ahimelo till palo lama again. So negative word ita. So very very negative. So synonym ihola. So we're also looking for a negative word. Elevate iti pala to lift. Domsang. Zakato positive lampang ita. Then jaile option D ay uphold. Uphold means again not change. Uphold iti pala not change or continue. The validity. Uphold. I will uphold the same values as my forefathers. So uphold. Continue. Continue to do something that was done before. So positive word. Then answer will be either B or C. Tolerate. Mi khati tolerate. So that means bang tawangin til phalo bolale tolerate jali tadi. So this is a positive word again in one way. Very able to tolerate. Then B, denounce. So when you denounce someone, that means you are publicly announcing your opposition. Well, meeting zaka ze ka support po iti wala ipa uphala zaka denounce kiti so. For example, do you denounce the political party that you are associated with? So public taka haze party hi kamuda hi lo le party nam hi ka support po iti na so. So condemn, very negative word, punish someone or send someone to do something that is not what they want. Aphalo lama again, so it will be the same as denouncing. Okay, then let us look at the wrong spelling here. Accommodate, dilemma, disseminate, and entrepreneur. So isima so entrepreneur, entrepreneur. So ENTRE. So an entrepreneur is someone who is who is able to start own business. Ama own business pandoko ho entrepreneur kiti chuma. So wrong spelling is this one, should be ENTRE. Accommodate iti pala give room mi khat ina welcome a room din tin na pit pala zaka accommodate kiti. Dilemma, when you have to choose between two difficult situation or very difficult, you have to make a very difficult choice. So dilemma, difficult choice to make. Disseminate is spread or give out. He was arrested for disseminating wrong information or false information. Disseminate, so homzak, spread out. So wrong spelling here is option D. Then another one word, one who believes in the existence of God. Pathin gingza. Theist, protagonist, fatalist, atheist. The theist to atheist. A to B. So A yung hapala tang pia so absence lampang ita so. For example, mi khatun sympathy ni ta so ma lungset na sympathy midang lungset na ani ta so. Ale zahi sympathy ha A iba matale. Apathy di pala, that is lacking sympathy so lacking or absence of sympathy. So A ahang mat pala, that is usually the absence of something. So taste di pala so pathian lampang ita so pathian gingcha. Atheist di pala jai absence of belief in God, in the existence of a God. Pathian iti pala to say mga general term ita so pathian him ging chalo so atheist. So this is absence of the belief in God. So a person who believes will be theist. Protagonist, this is a leading man in a movie. Man or woman in a movie or any kind of story. A hero or a heroine protagonist gitu cuma actor lakale to mga tangwal pa ano wak mo iti ha protagonist ton a villain ha antagonist kiti gidwente. So this is like the villain of the story, agunda pa antagonist. Prota ti phale a leading man, a hero pa. Then this one, fatalist, this comes from the word fate. Vang. It is my fate. Whether I will become successful or whether I will fail depends on the fate. Vang. So the fatalist is a person who believes in fate. Vang lamaging the fatalist kiti. So believe in the existence of God will be a theist person. 11. A deal of agreement done in a company or firm. A company to firm, to synonym ita. Technical terms, technical differences tilwa. So company to firm, so kibang ita. Farm iti lele company ti khate so. atang pia pharma chumi ne khat atom zo dewa a partner te kha company a chumi khat mi tam zo de mai theile ki bangi ta cho. So a deal of agreement done in a company or firm. So deal of agreement to the firm or company yung iphale cho, this will become very very official. So which one is an official agreement? So an unofficial agreement here will be a contract. A contract. Option A. Then what is conformity? Conformity phale cho zui follow a certain mga way or follow a certain way of doing something, way of conform. Zui, your project must conform to our rules. Rule ha azui ite ngai no conformity. Tila cho kizui hung itai cho. So conform is almost the same as accept. Acceptance is a pom ita pom tak. Then concurrence, happening at the same time. Let's say there are two actions or two events that are taking place at the same time. Ahun ke bangcher ka thilni chi khom ha concurrence. Like the football match and the volleyball match will take place concurrently. Ahun ke banga chi khom de. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Number 12, synonym. Ramya is an ardent follower of secularism. Ardent iti phale cho. For example, I'm an ardent supporter of Manchester United. Happy support, strong. So ardent can mean strong or someone who is very enthusiastic or someone who is very passionate. Lunglut takapang. So he is an ardent follower, means he is a very very strong follower of secularism. So here we're looking for synonyms, same meaning. So which one is same as strong? So it cannot be temporary. Temporary it is unhappy. So if you are passionate, you cannot be unhappy here. Forced, if you are enthusiastic, it means you cannot be forced here. So option B, committed. Okay, 13, idiom. Go down in flames. Their company went down in flames after the pandemic. So went down in flames. So the idiom pen here, down pen ho up hong hele. Go up in flames. Dahil down kita ya, ton go up in flames. Hele, so a literal meaning hong result de pen here, to burn down, or to burn or to catch fire. To go up in flames. So kong ha piang kong tinaita. Let's say go down in flames. Go down. The idiom mong ita. Ha pia fail tinaita so. A company ha pandemic so ha completely fail. So the company went down in flames. Pukse. So to burn down completely. So this will be to go up in flames. Go down go up in flames. To burn down pen ha go up. To fail spectacularly, hapya fail. So it's this one, option B. To crash and burn, literal meaning. To destroy completely, destroy, lampang hilawa, fail, lampang. So option B. Then number 14, we have antonym of summary, opposite of summary. Which word has the opposite meaning to the word summary? Summary, when you summarize something, what are you doing? Can you please summarize your essay in a few sentences? So summarize it a brief and complete report. Simply put, this is a brief and a complete report of something. Summary. It should be complete. A story again. That means we are looking for something which is long. Summary iti pala to brief ita. Opposite of brief will be very long. Option A, abrupt iti pala sudden. The movie ended abruptly. It ended suddenly. So suddenly. Lengthy. The brief opposite is lengthy. So this will be our answer. Lengthy. Elliptical. Elliptical iti pala til story hilo til writing vela mga til tampi aki repeat word so I remove part le so elliptical ita so apoy mo so ha ko iding. So this is like when you remove superficial. Remove the superficial words. And as we know, what is a superficial word? Unnecessary. Unnecessary words ki repeat words ki repeat te ho superficial so ale elliptical til apoy mo talolo yung paidok phate mga a bare minimum a bare essential so phale so elliptical hong kiti tai so elliptical iti phale so a context lama pata I het tho me ngai ta banglam panggen hi ti kha context apata idea form me ngai ajik so apoy mo lo cheng ha ki remove dog it so telaje elliptical khale choma chomhung it ninge so a story apata apoy mo lo cheng ki remove. Then last one, the significant mga significant it important enough. So jahi summary so a brief summary chom kim taka story hung ki gian tele opposite of this would be lengthy sauzong ki gian. Then 15, one word substitution, feeling of being in a place before having already experienced the present situation. Tun mun khatai cha khatve na ki chi hilale achi khagola ki he nana khanle ka hong khata tidando alo lami khat jingkala ki mu pi tunin ikimu khata kang mukha banga tidando te o thil atun tak ma ina experience sa hele kelom te khoi cho tun mun khatai chi khaglo na mun ai bat chai le achi khagola ong ki het ta hi ka hong kha bange ta long thima mo ho zo kha so feeling of being in a place before having already experienced the present situation. Iva experience masangale ana kha ana he kha dan dewa yung ki het phat khula kha deja vu kite juma option C deja vu. Delusion niti phale cho believing something which is not real. Believing something which is not real. Ahilopi hille ki gingcha kha deluded kite joy le changle informal so delulu le kite check I think you are deluded ahilopi pi gingcha ho delusion. Illusion iti phale so optical lampangeta seeing things which are not there. Things not there or seeing things differently atak to kibang lo amu te kha illusion hong kita spirituality jo head side amo thagaw lampang ita. So the correct answer is deja vu. Deja vu iti phalatil ibol masanga abol masago abol so sago la kinga iphala kha deja vu. One word. Rahul has done a study of statistics that contributed to the research. Statistics lampang. Statistics ito data. Data collection. Statistics. Data. A collection of a presentation of data. Cartography. Carto. This is making maps. Maps yung cartographer. Choreography is dance or movement. Then cinematography, this is making movie or cinema, directing a movie. Zahe demo iti phale population democracy akole ruled by the people ito. So demography is data about the people. Kum upa bangzaom, kum chapang bangzaom, may pasal bangzaom ho. How many are rich, how many are poor, and demography. So this is a collection of data related to people. So statistics is also data. So option number C. Then we have another idiom. Read the books of APJ Abdul Kalam, who was a scholar. A scholar, so somebody who is involved in the field of education. Lekha simmi, lekha zikmi, lekha lam taki relate him education field him a scholar ita so. So how will you describe a scholar with an idiom? A daredevil. Daredevil iti pala so til ngam adventurous. A person who is willing to take risk. So a very very adventurous person. Mga parachute vel apat leong ke chom tha pe adventurous daredevil bolngam. Man of straw. Straw is the palette. So what is the characteristic of a straw? A straw is a hollow thing. Sunglam hom. A straw is very light. A straw is hollow. Bang maom lo wasunga. So if you describe someone as a man of straw, that means that person is a person who lacks character. Asunga moral hilol asunga bangma impressive umlo man of straw hollow ita so. Then a queer fish. Queer itself means strange. You are so queer, you are so strange. So a queer fish means a strange man, a strange person. Mikhat dan makamak queer fish kiti dito. So scholar hongile a man of letters. Education lampang involve ho man of letters. No author hi la reader hilele man of letters kiti de. Then one word again. The act or process of going from the simple or basic to the complex or advanced. Jahi progress me so simple apat complex, basic apat advanced. So there is some sort of movement. Hangto na lam pangita so. So bangale hangto na lam suit yele. Option A, ennoblement. N. Usually when you add N with a verb, like for example, entrust, ensure. N iha pale verb hong sok da iso mihat koma make sure, ensure, entrust na note. So ennoble iti pale so make somebody noble, noble. Mga quality hoy pe ennoblement. Flourishing, successful, successful taka wither. This is either dying, slowly dying, or slowly decaying. Akim talampang. The flower has withered away. So if you're going from simple to complex or basic to advanced, that means you are evolving. Oh, it will be option D, evolution, progress. Okay, let's see question number 19. Underlined idiom. Appropriate meaning of the underlined idiom. Only those having blue blood can dethrone the evil autocrat and restore equilibrium. Equality. Who is an autocrat? Autocrat is a person who holds absolute power. So dictator, power with one person. Dictator, a person who has absolute power over his country or his organization. Autocrat. So dethrone achut na pata laksak mo achut na laksak. So only those having blue blood can dethrone. So who has blue blood? Blue blood to bang tonight a person belonging to the high society, high class. Alin lampang ako ano na pa hausa. So that is a person with blue blood. So who is blue blood here? High class. So which one of them means high class? Autocratic lineage. Aristocratic lineage. Japan, repeat. Okay. Question number 19. Select the most appropriate meaning of the underlying idiom. Idiom khatum kita. Only those having blue blood can dethrone the evil autocrat and restore equilibrium. Right? Dethrone, remove from power. Dethrone, power apata, laksak, power apat koitha. Autocrat, a person who holds absolute power. So that person will be a dictator. Complete power ne ako dictator. So who can dethrone, who can remove an evil dictator and restore equilibrium, equality? So this says a person having blue blood. So who has blue blood? A person who belongs to high society, high class. Ano le pa house ano le pa power ne society hilo le country kata powerful de oho do ka blue blood kiti. So which one of these options means high class? So obviously it will be option A, aristocratic lineage. Lineage, a line ano le pa tisan. Aristocratic belonging to the high class. So it will be option A. Okay. Let's see 19. Select the most appropriate meaning of the idiom. Okay, 19 is noted. Sorry. 20. Incorrectly spelled word. Select the option that rectifies the spelling error. Rectifies, corrects. Which one of these corrects the spelling mistake? Okay, let's read from the beginning. Many promote bamboo planting. No error here. For erosion spelling correct. Prevention and to reverse. Reverse should be RE. So which one corrects the wrong spelling? Option C, reverse. 21. Spelling check. Underlined word in the sentence is not spelled correctly. Identify the correct spelling from the given below. Congregation spelling. Congregation of monks. A collection of monks. Congregation is a common noun. Collective noun katina. A collective noun for a group of people. So correct spelling of congregation will be congregation. Jahi option A ahi A wrong. Congregation. Correct. This one option A, option B, option C. Jason, kilo. Congregation. It will be option B. Okay. 22. We come to grammar. The following sentence has been divided into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contains an adverbial usage error. Adverbial. So again, this one, whenever we come across an adverb question, so we can easily identify adverb from a sentence by asking questions like how, how many times, why, when. That is one of the easiest way to identify an adverb in a sentence. And what will an adverb do? An adverb usually will give more meaning to it will modify 3 things. An adverb will modify a verb, it will modify an adjective, and it will also modify other adverbs. So atang pe ha verb hong modified ito bang to bang atila bola. You can always ask yourself these questions for finding out the adverb. Mrs. Gomati was that tired and weak that she could scarcely walk. Right? Scarcely walk. So Japan i-remove a sentence ka meaningful de. She could walk. She ka subject ita. A verb ka walk. Ita she could walk. Then you can ask this question, how? How could she walk? Scarcely. Depende adverb hati ito. So she could scarcely walk. So what is scarcely meaning? Scarcely means almost not. So Mrs. Gomati was tired and weak that she could almost not walk. Scarcely has indicator. So spelling like this, SCARCLY, scarcely walk. She could not scarcely walk. So she could scarcely walk. She could almost not walk. So this is the correct one. Then let us see one more. Mrs. Gomati was tired. The adjective ito. This adjective is describing Mrs. Gomati, which is a noun. Who is the noun case here? Mrs. Gomati was tired. An adjective will modify a verb. Like in that case, it can also modify adjectives. Now you ask yourself this question: How tired was she? Mrs. Gomati was tired, but how tired was she? Dead tired, hello, dead ka adverb, hello. So the correct word here will not be dead here. We have to put some adverb here. Now, which adverb will be used? Jahe conjunction dead umita. So usually, whenever there is the conjunction dead, sorry. Conjunction det umpat phale, the correct adverb to use is either so or you can also use such in this case, but let's get the word such. So is followed by det. So that. So Mrs. Gomati was so tired and weak, right? So tired and weak that she could scarcely walk. So you can ask the question, how? How tired was she? So tired. We cannot say, you cannot use very here because very tired and weak that I take it. So that omaletso adverb ha so. So that the ten ikimang form there. So this is an adverb question. There are two adverbs in this question. One is supposed to come here, and the other one is scarcely. So scarcely penhadikwa. So the error is this part. So A, scarcely walk, correct. That tired, that penny error. So option B. 23, antonym, opposite of mighty. Mighty, very strong, very big, very strong. So opposite of strong is weak. Haughty. Haughty is a person who is very, very arrogant, who is even mannerless. Mitsapo, utudara omo haughty, so very, very proud, arrogant and proud. So it cannot be the answer here. Mighty, strong and big, weak, opposite. Then 24, wrong spelling. So let's see. The islands correct, of Japan were connected to the Asian landmass. Landmass correct, about 1200 years ago. The first Japanese correct, traveled correct across the water in search. SEARCH. So search, option A. 25. Select the phrase or idiom that will improve the underlined part of the sentence. Improve. So it might be wrong. It might not be exactly 100% correct. So which one of this will be the correct option? After 2 hours of wandering the desert, moving around, moving about, Vagville, in the desert, we realized we were on a wild horse race. The Kalnilam desert avak no ato tilhatong realize so banga realize they are lost. So after wandering for 2 hours, they realize that they are lost. They are doing something which is not purposeful. Vakville as it desert avak wala to alampi hello they are wasting time. So that means they are doing something that is not useful. They are wasting their time. They are doing something which is not productive. So the correct idiom here will be wild goose chase, wild carpet rock, wild jackal hunt, wild shadow chase. The correct idiom here is wild goose chase. Doing something which is not productive. Til pachom low ball. Wild goose chase. Idiom, again, select the most appropriate meaning. Ignoring his father's warning, he said, "An elephant in the room," to his mother. Elephant in the room. Mga de, saipi room sunga. So elephant in the room means something which is very, very obvious, because who will not see an elephant? Elephant, it's a very, very obvious. Mi cheng chengen ki muthe. Lam to mi cheng chengen he hille ko man address would low. Everybody knows or everybody can see what is in the room, but they all want to avoid it. So till thunop low, avoid would pala elephant in the room. Mi cheng chengen a head hille ko man address would low. So something that you want to avoid because it is uncomfortable to talk about. So elephant in the room, someone begins to suspect someone hiding in the room. There is an obvious problem, the elephant got stuck in the room. So option C, there is an obvious problem, but nobody wants to address it because of that awkward nature of the problem. 27, idiom, at the drop of a hat. So that means at the drop of a hat means something that you do immediately. Synonym. Mr. Satterthwaite was shrewd enough to penetrate her meaning. Penetrate her meaning, understand her meaning. Tilhat again, apasal in het apasal khelle chukigen chet pale, apasal pan ano may no meaning manchet. Shrewd iti pala, someone who is very wise, someone who is very smart, someone who is very cunning. Mipil, able to understand. So it will be B, synonym. Okay, the following sentence has an error in its tense. So which word will show us tense? Only a verb can show tense. So a verb, check it tonight. So identify the error and select the correct sentence from the given option. So in the original sentence, the tense is wrong. That means the verb is wrong. Identify the correct one. I will be arrange all the necessary materials for the program. I will be. I will be. Will he modal verb chikhate cho. So will he verb to is we pat phale base form in zuide. Whenever you use a modal verb, this will always be followed by the base form. That means you will not use no singular form. You will not use past tense, no past tense. Will, modal verb, base form in Zoide. So what is the base form of the verb here? I will. Will is base. Base so be. Be is the base form. Be can be written as is, are. It can also be written as was or were. It can even be written as the third form in the been. So be is the base form. So I will be hadikta. So this is correct. I will be. Then after that, I will be. So this is a modal verb. So all of this, any kind of auxiliary verb, except do, does, or did will be followed by the third form or the ing form. The auxiliary verb be, is, was, third form ing form in. So I will be arranged. So either it will be I will be arranged or I'll be arranging. I will be arranged. So mean ke arranged diu tonight as a vitri kimang thelo. There's a ing tengai. Be auxiliary verb. So auxiliary verb is followed by vitri, third form or ing. So this is the error. So let's see which one corrects this. A, I was. Was, like we said, was should be followed by V3 or ing. So I was arranged. It should be arranged or arranging. In this case, we cannot use arranged here. It must be I was arranging. I will be arranging. Option B, I will be arranging. Correct? So this is the correct option. I is. I would arranging. I would be. Then again, modal verb is followed by base form. So I would be arranging, not I would arranging. So the correct one is option B. Okay, question number 30. The following sentence has been divided into 4 segments. Identify the segment that has a grammatical error. It doesn't say whether the error is in the grammar or the tense thing. So we have to look for ourselves. We have to check which part is wrong. So the best way to do this is by reading the sentence carefully. His energetic attitude. His, this is a possessive. So attitude, the noun. Then what kind of attitude does he have? Energetic. This is the adjective describing the attitude. What kind of attitude? Energetic attitude. Showed. This is the verb, showed. The verb is in the past tense. Showed that he had soundly slept. He is a subject again, pronoun. Then what did he do? He had slept. This is the verb. And again, had plus slept. This is again past perfect tense. The previous night. So these are the structure of the sentence we have. His energetic attitude showed that he had soundly slept the previous night. Now, as we said earlier, he had slept. He had slept. Subject is he, the verb is had slept. Now, you can ask yourself one question here, which is how? How did he sleep last night? How did he sleep the previous night? So how? Then again, adverb adverb how a verb slept. How did he sleep the previous night? Soundly. Adverb. This is the adverb before us. Soundly slept the previous night. Bang adverb adverb of manner. How did he sleep? He slept soundly. Soundly adverb of manner. So we have one adjective, energetic. We have one more, previous night. Which night? Previous night. Then we have one adverb, soundly. How did he sleep? Soundly. So in adverb of manner, we have to take care of the placement as well. Where do we put the adverb? So this placement will be after the verb. Adverbs of manner are usually placed after the verb. So he had soundly slept. Soundly slept masangam laude. This should supposed to come after the verb. So that means soundly will come after slept. So he slept soundly. So this one, question number 30 is an adverb question. So the adverb here is soundly, which is correct, but the placement is wrong. It should be he had slept soundly the previous night. So soundly slept and slept soundly. So this will be our answer, option B. So adverb, you have to find out the adverb by asking this question: how many times? After that, the placement. Placement check it. 31. Identify the segment that contains the grammatical error. It is a cheap, reasonably restaurant in this part of the town where you can eat delicious food. What kind of food can you eat? Delicious. Food the delicious adjective. What kind of food? Delicious food. It is reasonable. It is cheap, reasonably. Restaurant noun. What kind of restaurant? It is a cheap restaurant. The cheap adjective. So it is a cheap restaurant. Now ask yourself the question: how? How cheap is the restaurant? Reasonably. Now reasonably can modify cheap. This reasonably is describing cheap, not this one. It is not supposed to describe the restaurant. a restaurant had modify hilawe cho a reasonably khan cheap a modify cho so cheap reasonably lo de reasonably cheap restaurant. What kind of restaurant is it? Cheap restaurant. How cheap? Reasonably cheap. So this part it should be okay. It was a reasonably cheap restaurant. The cheap pen has reasonably cheap masangomde ma reasonably cheap restaurant. So this one placement is wrong again. So pen here cheap pen has it was a reasonably cheap restaurant. Option D. Okay, substitution. The culprit had been shot from the back by the police inspector. Here, shot from the back. From iti pale origin mo ang kipat na bang khoya pata akapa itale from the back anung lama pata akap tinai ta cho which can be correct adi cho police pa position ha khoi taka itale culprit nung lama me cho police pa ha so he shot him from the back anung lama pata akap. But in the option, there is no option for no improvement. So that means we have to correct this one, improve my. So let's see. The culprit had been shot off the back, off it away from the nacho. Away from it, let's so anung zanga pata akap hang it so. A police pa ha anung zanga pata akap it kilo jalo. To it destination. Hoilama cheding. Anong zang lama cheding tita kilo by iti pala using anong zang mga akap sok he used the bag to shoot him by iti pala using so here it will be in the bag in iti pala area so anong zang ka area ita so the bag his area the police inspector shot him in the area of the bag so in. 33. Though Kalpana listened to Sheetal carefully, she knew that she should take it with a grain of salt. So, a grain of salt. She listened to her carefully. Pataka nga ito atugyan o ka. Hilili atugyan te ka grain of salt to alak from. So that means she is not completely trusting her. 100% aging salaw ito. So that means grain of salt means not trust completely. Atugyan chu pataka ngai hilele adik lo thehi ti lungthima koi koma kha angai tina chu grain of salt ong di phale. Move according to the trend, accept it as really useful and worthy, regard it as exaggerated and not completely true. Exaggerated, option C. To do it meticulously as taking salt. Chila, so exaggerated, not completely true. So taking with a grain of salt means believing that it might be wrong, not 100% correct. Okay, select the appropriate option that rectifies, that corrects, rectification, correction. That corrects the error in the following sentence. One must do his or her duty properly. Properly. And then who is one? A subject who is one? Right? Zuto bang pronoun ho he indefinite pronouns kiti cho. Indefinite pronouns iti pala mi kohim khat personal takai va gen lo mo atang pia gen ho esana banga everyone titeo kha jo ho indefinite pronoun kiti cho ale one hela indefinite pronoun echo ale one chu kwa itele this one is gender neutral no gender ma pasal lei the no me lei the this one is taken as singular third person singular a gender leom lo no me pasal lei the koma gyan na hilo ma singular akilai cho so the he one akipane cho pronoun kha one must do his or her itile cho his kha masculine itai cho pasal gyan na her iti phale feminine no me gyan na azole one iti gola cho gender neutral e cho pasal hela no me hele ki bang tho tele jai his or her ma thelo. So option A, one must do one's duty. A possessive khale once imai de. B, one must do one's duty properly tani diklo. C, one must do once khatwe once to khatwe le properly kit. One must do once jai once apostrophe umngai one's duty. So the correct option is option A. One must obey one's teachers. Kwa one iti phala jahi gen kola hanu mele the pasal lai the indefinite e cho ki hello ma adle jahi once wati ki jal ngai ajek cho abula ha one ne cho his or her mong mat thelo her levati thelo their levati thelo once khai bai da. 35 synonym. Queen Gulnar of Arabia mourned her beauty. Abang tabang beauty ay tala jahe waning beauty ita cho. Waning iti pala decreasing. All akim lampang. Wane, it is on the wane. Decline. Akelampang. So her waning beauty, a beauty ha kiem do hoilo do tanada. So which one is the synonym of wane? Akim lampang. Frightening, scary. Futile is useless, something that is not productive. False, fading, fate. So it will be option D. 36. The author's writing style is characterized by its poetic language. Select the option that can substitute poetic language. So what kind of language is poetic language? Rhythmic poem. So usually this is very rhythmic. Rhyming. It should have some sort of rhyme. Rhythm to rhyme. The cat sat on the mat. There are rhyming words there. Poetic. So it will be like very stylistic, poetic. There should be some sort of style. It should be very expressive. Story tampin again thelo ho poem niya tachan again the very stylish, very expressive language. So which one of them means poetic language? One by one. Lyrical language. Lyrics is pala banga lyrical. Lyrics means mga rap song velaizik bangle. There should be some sort of rhythm, up and down. That are very very expressive hong izelde. La ho hi mem chuing ai phatle lapao kimang ho a meaning ding so very very expressive. So in one way, lyrical language is very similar to poetic language. Then lucid language. Lucid simply means clear language. Poetic iti phale rhyme, style, very expressive. Lucid ito clear himay. Then C, prosaic. This one, prosaic means prose lampang. Very very dull, direct storytelling lampang hi phale jakha prose kiti ito, not poetic at all. Prosaic, prose lampang, storytelling lampang, a style lampang hello, very dull, boring dewa to simpigen, which is the same as simple language. Prosaic the simple chongki bang timta. So that means we have to choose between either lyrical or lucid. Lucid simply means clear. Poetic iti phala rhyme ding, style ding. In the same way, lyrics are khala zakha ding. So option A. Okay. Choose the alternative which best expresses the opposite meaning of the word. Alas na pena wicked. Well, what if it is? You are not afraid of anything, you know. Return the boy looking wicked. Wicked is the palacho, very apalo lampang, no? Having bad intentions, willing, wicked. So since the question is asking for opposite meaning, which one will be opposite? It cannot be wicked because wicked. It cannot be evil because evil is a synonym of wicked. So which one? Clean, improper, improper to land negative word it, which is the same as this one. So clean look, you are looking clean or you are looking righteous. Tutak. So if you are wicked, you are evil. The opposite of evil will be right, righteous. The cacophony in the theater was too much for us. Again, phone means sound. Jutaka phone, cacophony, phone it pale sound. And cacophony, this one is a very, very harsh discordant sound. Discord iti pale akitok lo, harmonium lo, akitok lo him a sound bang ma akitok lo ako discordant kiti. The cacophony in the theater was too much for us. So in one way, this cacophony here simply means noise. A loud noise, very, very difficult to hear, not pleasing to the ear. So, hoy pen noise. Option B, A. 39. A story intended to teach moral lessons. Moral lesson. So, Bible ale isu thugen ho parable kite. A story which may be true or which may be made up, but intending to teach moral lessons. Parasite, I think we all know parboil. It simply means boiling, like parboil the potatoes. Chanchu hitchatlo, boil him. Parole, a temporary release from jail. 40. One word, an open space, usually rectangular and enclosed in a building. Rectangular, quadrangle. Quadruped, pet iti pala pedal iti pala keng. So quad is 4, so this one is having 4 legs or 4 wheels. Mihing hohi tangpia biped kiti so. Biped iti pala 2-footed. Keng ni having 2 legs, biped. Quadruped is having 4 legs. Quintessential iti pala the best example. The best example of something. So that is a quintessential. Like for example, he is the quintessential eldest child. The best example of something. Moving on to 41, we have a passage. So before we attempt the answers, let us look at the passage ones. A series of dash of shell or ivory or thin metal clothed her left upper arm all the way down to her fingers. A necklace, there's 3 pendants bunched together and a few bangles above the elbow, and there's on the right hand display an almost modern art. She speaks of the dash, ever hopeful human spirit. She reminds us that it is important to visit museums in our country to experience the dash that a work of art leaves on our senses, to find among all the riches one particular vision of beauty that speaks to us alone. So obviously this is talking about an art piece in a museum. Museum statue or so a series of dash of shell, tilhong, coconut shell, bang shell, ivory or thin metal, clothed her left upper arm. Upper arm. za banghim khat ki koi pen hi ar mau me cho tile zai toring ithelo ma to cho keng la mau me ta ear cho bilai ta anklet cho ankle la om ding ta jaga cho akhu ta om le bangles. Two, a necklace, three pendants. A necklace in three pendants. Necklace sunga pendant sunga necklace som te thelo ma. A necklace sunga ha three pendants som cho in, by, upon, with. So a necklace with three pendants bunched together. And a few bangles above the elbow and dash on the right hand display. A few bangles above the elbow and dash and ale a bengal te kha omding a bengals te kha elbow omding a tonga omding se taka hi omding. And where will the bengal be? A keng mu kam loading, a waist a kong am loading, a ankle a keng am loading, a khuta omding ma wrist. Then she speaks of the dash ever hopeful human spirit. She speaks of the dash ever hopeful human spirit. She subject, she speaks of what? She speaks of human spirit. The noun it also. What kind of human spirit? Hopeful, adjective. So this adjective is separated by another word by comma. Like comma, so that means there should be one adjective here. Adjective, comma, adjective. So which one of them is the correct adjective? Hopeful human spirit. So hopeful to ki bang tim de. Hopeful to unsafe to opposite ita. Unbelievable, ungrateful ki paklo, not happy. So either it will be undaunted or unbelievable. Undaunted iti phalet so something which is not scared or not affected. Hoksalo, undaunted. Ja unpen hi remove file daunted kiti cho lao. Daunting iti le hopefulum. Daunted, very scared. So if you remove the un part, not scared. So hopeful, not scared. So it will be option B. She reminds us that it is important to visit museums in the country to experience the dash that a work of art leaves on our senses. Bangale, a work of art kan sense sunga han banganu si de itile impact ma. Ja effect pani thelo. There's actual effect to verb ita cho. Da omle cho we need a noun here. Experience the something, the noun that works. So impact it. Ja effect any verb it. So answer tak tak di hile effect. The a noun form. And then next, read the given passage and answer the questions that follow. Let's see the questions, the passage first. Every minute, the equivalent of one garbage truck's worth of plastic is dumped into our ocean. Abula garbage lampang mo plastic hapya kipaidan ho kigen. Plastic pollution is a global problem. Approximately 7 billion of the 9.2 billion metric tons of plastic produced from 1950 to 2017 became plastic waste, ending up in landfills or being dumped. Plastic pollution can change or can modify habitats and natural processes, reducing ecosystem ability to adapt. Adapt is adjust, ability to adjust to climate change, directly affecting millions of people's livelihoods, food production capabilities, and social well-being. UNEP's body of work shows that the problem of plastic pollution doesn't exist in a vacuum. The environmental, social, economic, and health risks of plastics need to be assessed alongside other environmental stressors like climate change, ecosystem degradation, and resource use. So the passage is talking about plastic waste. Plastic waste or a problematic down. It can lead to climate change. Similar to climate change, plastic waste or climate change, ecosystem degradation or So the whole passage is about pollution, plastic pollution. So we can get one idea from that part. So let's try it. 46. Select the most appropriate antonym of the word exist. So if you already are comfortable with the word, you can just look at the opposite of exist. Exist So exist is prevail. Tulay taka cease is stop. Prevail common. Prevalent tulay taka hapya common lai tak lai tak prevail. Resent is hate. Imprint koiden, which is almost the same as exist. So if exist means something which is tulay taka hilet, so opposite will be cease, which is stop. Second 47. Which of the following is the best description of the tone of the passage? The tone of the passage. A tone. A author pahin bang tone ng mga laudatory praise. Apa atsa kahim. Pollution lang pangagyan ito say apa atsa na bang maumlo. So it cannot be laudatory. Pa atsa na maumlo. Patronizing iti pala mga naupang hawa ki ho nang so ta mga til naupang ho dewa ki ho patronizing, very sarcastic. Patronizing ipale, somewhat sarcastic, treating like you don't know anything. Very sarcastic, treating like a child. Populist, appealing to the masses, or informative. So here, there is nothing personal about the tone used by the author. This is simply giving us facts. 7 billion, 9.2 billion dates are given. So UNEP, so this is obviously providing a very informative assessment of something. So informative tone. Next one, 48. Which of the following most accurately states the main idea? Zai bang kigen mun pena main idea so aki repeat mun pen ha banga kigen mun pen itile plastic pollution UNEP cho khatwe cho kigen ma sa khai loading climate change khale khatwe hem ni behem cho kigen le khat climate change so ma adang cho ki ha gen beklo so sa khale lode. So plastic pollution or plastic waste hoi pen. So here plastic is dumped in our ocean, plastic produced. So here, plastic pollution, khatom jai, plastic pollution, plastic pollution. So this is the most repeated term. And also the whole passage is about plastic pollution. Plastic waste, let's see, but plastic waste contributes to plastic pollution. So plastic pollution is the major topic here. So we'll select A. Select the most appropriate antonym of alter. Then again, alter means modify or change. So opposite of change is, this is the synonym, Japanese synonym. Alight, kumdok ma, alight, get down. Absorb, lalut air. Alter is change, preserve, maintain, not modify. Modify is pala change. Bang may change na pala preserving. Then last question. Which of the following represent the structure of the passage? A passage ka bula pata yatale. A tone hitalawa, a structure bangtin a structure hi. Definition. Definition iti pala chutang pia takin word khat ki pentin ha pia ki define ding banga no explanation lam pangita cho. Zahi chu definition ki pelawai cho. Pollution is known as titeo haumlo. So definition hilo de cause and effect. What is the cause? What is the reason? And what is the result? Alazai pollution, garbage truck worth of plastic is dumped into our oceans. What is being done is plastic is dumped. 7 billion of those 9.2 billion metric tons of plastic produced became plastic waste. This is what is happening. Alas doesn't exist in a vacuum. Environmental, social, and health risks of plastic need to be assessed alongside. So a health risk plastic pollution ka a risky danong ganito. So a reason ka banga itale plastics are being dumped. are effect ba nga ito health risk mo sequence dito one by one layer achi dan tang pi time order is the same as sequence. These two are the same in proper order. Abana bana again ito. So which one will be correct here? Cause and effect. A cause again, a effect again ito. So we'll select option number B. Okay, so I hope this set has been useful to you, to the aspirants. And as always, if you have any suggestions on how we can improve the video so that we can get more information out of the classes, so you please feel free to share your opinions and ideas. And if you have any doubt, you also please share those doubts so that we can attempt to clear those doubts in the next sessions. And I hope you all are working hard, and I hope these videos are really helpful to you, all the aspirants. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.